One thing that I've been doing a lot this week is running more frequently. Actually logged, I think I run every day of this week with maybe one break period, and um, with more frequency and more time given to running, I think it's safe to say that other things have to take a back seat. And I think that's true in all aspects of life. I mean, when I first started, my workout routine, uh, I only started with 2 to 3 times a week, and even then, it felt as um, as an inconvenience to my schedule because I was suddenly adding this extra type of activity into my schedule. Um, at the same time, I didn't seem it didn't seem at such of a big deal as, you know, 2 or 3 times a week. It's very minuscule in the amount of time you have in a week. It wasn't until I started training every day of the week, with the exception of either a rest day or whether I'm out of town. I mean, um, that jump from 2 workouts a week to almost every day of the week uh, can really be taxing on the body and the mind, if you're not accustomed to that type of that type of work that type of workload. So um, one of the things I wanted to touch on today is making adjustments. Adjustments in the aspects of well, I'll try to talk to adjustments in my experiences. So um, when I first trained for my first marathon back in 2016, uh, I ran. I self taught my or self trained, and the highest I've ever went was 16 miles. I wasn't running every day, but I was running. I would say maybe 15 to 20 miles on average. Maybe lower, 10 to 20 miles averages, and the most I've ever ran before I ran the marathon was 15, 16 miles. Uh, that plan kind of backfired in 2016 when I ran the LA marathon because I started cramping up and I wasn't well prepared for it. And also, um, at the time, I didn't really give up my workout routine to train for what was ahead of me. I had a second chance to redeem myself and ran the 2019 LA Marathon. This time I ran with the Pasadena Pacers, and with their training program, I actually uh, was able to finish under 4 hours for my marathon time, and the most I ran, the most I ran for that was 22, I believe, for training. And I think that really pushed me to that brink to where I could finish the marathon in the manner I wanted to. Uh, and the thing I did differently in 2019 was that I changed my workout routine um, I made adjustments to better suit the running style that I wanted, and I didn't go as heavy when I knew I had long runs to do over the weekend. And I think that's very important. That goes back to the adjustment lifestyle. Um, Majority of the time, I will try to run. In the morning, I'll try to work out and then run. Most of the days, that's how the schedule works. But sometimes I, I'm not able to wake up on time, and have to push my run towards later in the afternoon. And um, back then I would think that's the end of the world, but nowadays, you know, I try to find ways to adjust and try to find ways to work around my schedule. As long as I can as long as I can put in the mileage, lift the weights. That's all I'm really concerned about. And uh, following a schedule is always nice because you know what you need to do. But I think when adversity hits or when plans don't go your way, one thing to really keep in mind is how can I adjust my schedule so that it still works for me. And that's something I always think about is I want to adjust my schedule so that I can fit everything that I want. Everything that's a priority to me, I want to fit that into my life. If it betters me or helps me improve in any aspect, I will make the proper adjustments just so that it can fit into my schedule. That's it for this week. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.